Sarah from Michigan wrote this comment. Andy, I haven't bent down to pick up my granddaughters in 2 years. My back just won't let me. And Robert from Texas wrote, I used to love gardening. Now I can't even think about it without my back seizing it. You know, sound familiar? Lower back pain steals the simple joys for many people over 60, but this is what Sarah and Robert don't know yet, and probably what their doctors haven't told them. Their back pain isn't about their back. Quick reminder, I'm not a doctor, so check with your doctor before trying anything new. And if something hurts during these exercises, not muscle fatigue, stop immediately. But stick with me for the next 10 minutes because I'm going to show you exactly why your back hurts, 3 simple exercises you can do sitting down that target the real problem, plus today's creatine update, plus how recovery might be the missing piece in your exercise puzzle. Picture this. You wake up stiff. You sit for breakfast, reading the paper or checking your phone. Then you sit in your car, sitting at your desk or your favorite chair. Sit for lunch, sit watching TV. And evening, when you ask your body to bend over and pick something up, your back says absolutely not. Here's what's really happening. Your glutes, the powerhouse muscles in your rear end, have essentially gone to sleep. Your hip flexors in the front have gotten so tight, they're pulling on your lower back like a rope. And your floor has forgotten its job completely. So when you ask your back to do something, it's like asking one person to do the job of 5 people. No wonder it's exhausted and angry. But here's the hope, and why I want you to hit that subscribe button right now. Those muscles can wake up again. And when they do, your back muscle story changes completely. Before we fix anything, we need to understand what your back is doing. I call this the morning test. It's going to be your daily detective work. Tomorrow morning, before you even get out of bed, take inventory. How does your back feel? Stiff but manageable? Sharp pain? Nothing at all? And here's what happens as you move through the morning. Does the stiffness work itself out? Does pain get worse, stay the same? This isn't about yesterday's workout. This is about the bigger picture. Your back is giving you daily reports about what's working and what's not. Drop a comment right now. How does your back feel? First thing in the morning. I read every single comment, and I guarantee others are experiencing exactly what you are. Let's wake up those sleeping glutes. This first exercise feels almost silly, but I promise you it's the foundation everything is built on. Sit tall in your chair, feet flat on the floor. Now I want you to squeeze your glute muscles, your butt muscles, as tight as you can, like you're trying to crack a walnut between your cheeks. Hold it for 5 seconds and release. Now here's the thing. If you can't feel anything happening, you're not alone. Many people over 60 have lost that mind-muscle connection completely. Put your hands on your glutes if you need to. Feel that muscle tightening. Start with 10 squeezes, holding each one for 5 seconds. I know Margaret from Arizona is going to comment and say this feels like nothing, Andy. But Margaret, if your glutes have been asleep for years, this is how we wake them up. And remember, tomorrow morning you're going to do that morning test. See if your back feels any different after a few days of this. Now we're going to work on a muscle you probably never thought about, but it might be the reason your back hurts every day. Place this resistant band around your knees. If you don't have one, I'll show you a substitute in a second. Sit tall, feet flat on the floor. Now push your knees apart against the band. Feel that muscle on the side of your hip working? That's your glute medius, and it's supposed to keep your pelvis stable all day long. When this muscle is weak, which it is in most people who sit all day, your lower back has to do the job instead. Push apart, hold for 2 seconds, and then let it come back. Don't let the band snap the knees together. No band, no problem. Just push your knees apart against an imaginary resistance. Focus on feeling those side hip muscles work. 12 to 15 reps. If this is making sense to you, if you're starting to understand why your back is working so hard, smash that like button. It helps to show this to more people who are living with back pain and don't want to anymore. You can help. Here's something that might surprise you. Your core isn't just your abs. It's the entire system that's supposed to protect your spine every time you move. But here's what happens. We sit all day. Our core gets lazy, and suddenly every twist, every reach, every bend puts stress directly on our lower back. Hold your resistance band at chest height, arms extended. Now rotate your torso to the right while keeping your hips facing forward. Do you feel that? Your core is working to keep your core forward. This is exactly what it should be doing. When you reach for something in your car, turn to talk to somebody behind you, rotate right, then back to center, 8 to 10 each direction. Keep it smooth and controlled. Now here's the test. Tomorrow, when you reach for something, maybe your coffee mug, maybe the TV remote, pay attention. Does your whole body twist or just your core do the work while your lower back stays stable? That awareness alone is going to start changing how your back feels. All right. This is day 33 of my 45-day creatine experiment, and I need to tell you something that I wasn't expecting. When I started this test, I was curious about energy, maybe faster recovery, typical stuff you hear about creatine. But what's actually happening is something completely different, and it's directly connected to what we're talking about today. My spatial awareness has improved dramatically. I know that sounds technical, but here's what it means in real life. I'm not bumping into door frames. I'm not misjudging distances when I reach for things. When I turn around, I know exactly where I am in space. Now, you might be thinking, Andy, what does that have to do with my back pain? Well, it's everything. When your body doesn't trust its position in space, every movement becomes guarded and tentative, and that creates tension that shows up in pain. At 77, I'm moving with a confidence I haven't felt in years. Is that the creatine? Honestly, I didn't expect this. The research doesn't really talk about it, but 33 of 45 days change is deniable. Better spatial awareness, better movement quality, and better movement quality means less pain, and less pain means getting your life back. 12 more days of this experiment, and I'm documenting everything, because if there's a supplement that helps us move better and more confident, especially as we age, that changes everything. Let me tell you about the hidden enemy that's probably causing your back pain, sitting. It's not about just the slouching, though that's part of it. It's what sitting does to your muscles. Every hour you sit, your hip flexors get a little tighter, your glutes get a little sleepier, and your core gets a little lazier. When you stand up and ask your body to function normally, it's like asking someone to run a marathon after they've been in a coma. Now here's your homework, just as important as the exercises. Stand up every hour, just for 30 seconds. March in place. Do a couple of those glute squeezes we talked about. Stretch your arms overhead. Your back will thank you, and so will the people in your life who are tired of hearing you groan every time you get up from a chair. Share this video with someone who is dealing with back pain. They have to understand it's not just about their back, it's about breaking the sitting cycle. I know what some of you are thinking. Andy, what if these exercises make my pain worse? Here's the truth. Lower back pain makes you afraid to move, and I get that. When something hurts, your instinct is to protect it and avoid it and baby it. But here's what I've learned after decades of training people. The right movement reduces pain. The wrong movement makes it worse. So how do you know the difference? Use that morning test I mentioned. A gentle movement like these 3 exercises, if it makes your back feel better throughout the day, that's your body saying more of this. If movement creates more pain, that means that's your signal to back off and check with a professional. Start gentle. Do these 3 exercises and do them slowly. Pay attention to how your back responds. Your back will tell you how it needs. Drop a comment and tell me what daily activity makes it worse. I bet others are dealing with the same triggers. I think we can help each other figure this one out. Let me bring this back to Sarah from Michigan and Robert from Texas, the people whose comments started today's episode. Sarah, you can probably pick up your granddaughter's toys again. Robert, you can get back to your gardening, but it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen by avoiding movement. Today we learned your back pain probably isn't about your back. We covered 3 different exercises to wake up sleepy muscles, to teach your spine to stay stable while you move. We talked about the morning test, the daily detective work to understand what your back is telling you, and we addressed the sitting problem that might be at the root of everything. And here's your homework. Try these 3 exercises, use the morning test to see how your back responds, and please stand up every hour, even if it's just for 30 seconds. Drop a comment and tell me, what exercises felt the most challenging? What do you think is the biggest cause of your back pain? I read every comment, and your questions help me plan future episodes. Next week in episode 4, I'm going to tackle knee pain, and I'm going to show you the surprising muscles that control that, nowhere near your knee. Hit subscribe, turn on notifications so you don't miss it. And share this with someone whose back pain is controlling their life. They need to know there is a path forward. It doesn't have to be the reason you love. We're not just getting older, we're aging strong. I'll see you next time.